In Baltimore, the name Mergenthaler is well known. It was Ottmar Mergenthaler who invented the Linotype machine in 1884 and revolutionized the publishing industry. Ray Loomis, a retired printer and Linotype operator, has demonstrated our Linotype machine on Saturdays here at the BMI for 15 years.
Hello, my name is Ray Loomis, and I'm a volunteer at the Baltimore Museum of Industry, and I work in the printing shop. Been doing this for 15 years. I usually show the type casting machine, and Mr. Frank, my colleague, he usually takes care of the presses and paper cutting and that kind of stuff. We take you through the tour here as if you were just first coming in. This is our Model 8 Linotype, invented here in Baltimore. This particular one is 72 years old, so it's been around a good while, and it's still in very good condition. We received it from the Bureau of Engraving in Washington. It was their machine, and they used it over there for many years for the internal forms and things. That's where they print money. They don't use this machine to print money, but they use it for all their paperwork and stuff. And they declared it surplus, and we heard about it, and we have it shipped over here, and we've been using it for a good while. So what this machine does, it actually casts type. The working part is around the back. Punched down in there are the actual shapes or molds of the letters. Now, once we have the letters composed, what good's that going to do us in order to make it into type? What we have to do, we have to transfer this group of molds over to the casting part of the machine. Around here on the side of my machine, we have a container, and it has this type metal in there, about 45 pounds of it, and it's heated up to its liquid. It's hot. Inside that pot, that container, there's a cylinder or a well, and then there's a piston, a pump. So at the right time, after we've assembled those molds, we send them into this casting part of the machine, and then the pump pumps the liquid metal in there and produces the Linotype. When we're finished with the molds here, they're carried on some elevators back to the top of the machine, and when they get up there, there's a lifter. When I send this line up, I can immediately go back to setting the next line. I don't have to stop and wait for all that casting part. I can start assembling that next line. So I'm going to sort of demonstrate that. I'm already doing the assembling the mats or the molds for the next line. There comes the first line out of the machine, and it's very hot. There goes the second line in. So now we have the line here with my name on. Second line. So this machine would cast about 6 lines a minute. If everything was okay, if everything was working fine, in other words, if you had good copy, you didn't have somebody scribbling that you couldn't read, or if the copy was good, you were any good at the keyboard, you knew where the keys were and knew how to work them, and the machine was tuned up pretty good, you could get 6 lines a minute, which isn't too shabby when you're setting type.